Isang malaking asam. And ako nga pala si Jose Bern. I've been here since 2017. I've been trying to share you guys my wins and losses dito sa cryptocurrency. And marami tayong pag-uusapan sa ating cryptocurrency. Ngayon, ito, may mangyayaring retail sales MOM, how it will be so important. And also, we'll be talking about the charts when we were heavily rejected on this level, which is our secret level. And also yung sa AAV natin kasi kahapon may nagtanong and I was able to gather more information and what will be our resolution on this one. As you know that I am a heavy AAV holder. So guys, kung di pa kayo nakapag-like and share, subscribe, please do like and share, subscribe at i-hit mo na yung notification bell dyan sa ating description. Click nyo na yung mga links natin dyan sa referral. Dyan sa description down below. So, guys, kahapon nag-live ako and I was telling you guys that if a level is not invalidated dito sa ating Bitcoin, okay, it will not go down just yet. And what happened is, hindi na invalidate yung ating 75,700. Okay, so bagkus ang nangyari is, it gave us a very bullish bias. Although kahapon, I made a mistake already. That's true. That I told you guys na bababa na tayo. So that's a problem with liquidity. As we go further down, nagmumukha siyang hindi pa siya babagsak. Pero on a higher time frame, okay, we are seeing a lot of clues that we are nearing the potential top. Okay? Pero hindi ko sinasabi na ito na talaga siya. Pero what I'm saying is I'm seeing some clues already. So, hindi ko sinasabi din na hindi tayo imposibleng pwedeng pumasok dito sa level na to, as this is also a major confluence where the market is trying to get into the order blocks here. And also, marami tayong resistances dito. So, the first resistance that we should be meeting is this 8,600. So, what are the potentials that we can go up there? There is still a chance. Nung dinrowing natin tong level na to, we may be able to go there and abruptly get rejected. Yun yung pagkakasabi ko sa inyo. Although, 8,700 is saktong-sakto doon sa ating Fibonacci as well. But I'm not going to hold on too much on that one. Then, ngayon, let's talk about the MOM natin for today. So, ano ba to? Guys, how is this going to react in the market? So, I would say there is a bullish scenario for this one, lalo na sa SPY or sa S&P natin. Okay, bakit? And sa pagkakaalam ko, okay, if this exceeds the 1.4% forecast, okay, this would signal the consumer resiliency. So this is very obvious kasi bakit? This is April. Nasa April tayo and May go away na tinatawag. So it means usually, okay, 80% or more than 80% of the time, the market is always bullish pagdating ng April. Okay, na nagkakaroon tayo ng resiliency. Kung mapapansin nyo, nag-pump din tayo by April 1. Okay, after a dump ng April 2, we did a massive run for Bitcoin. And we were there when we were talking about the double bottom here at this range. But I told you guys na we need to confirm. As we did confirm, medyo bumuta siya ng konti to scare a lot of people like us sa retail. Ang nangyari is dumiretso tayo. So, for Bitcoin, how is this going to be a positive? So, tingin ko, hindi siya super positive. It will heavily rely on the correlation ng S&P 500. Alam naman natin na binuhusan yung S&P 500 natin ng $5 trillion. So kung sa crypto mo binuhus yun, it will create a major catalyst na lahat ng cryptocurrencies or assets sa crypto will do a major run. And also, abruptly, pwede din yun maging massive sell-off once we reach the levels of break-even na tinatawag. So, ano yung break-even na sinasabi ko? So, pag yung portfolio nila, nakita nila na umaangat and all of a sudden, umangat yung market, ang nangyayari is may tinatawag na psychology levels na okay na sila dito sa ganitong amount. Okay? So, for now, what I can say is if yung S&P 500 natin reacts to this major, which is mamaya pa to, this major, lagay nga natin to sa, yan. So, dito sa major news na to, which is yung sa ano natin, sa ito sa retail sales MOM natin, then I'm very sure that the market will still go further up for Bitcoin. Okay, so binabawi ko yung sinabi ko kahapon, although, okay, we are seeing a major resistance already here, and also it confirms that dito pa lang, and also dito sa bounce na to. So I'm very sure for now, we can still drag it down here para masabi natin kung totoo ba yan o hindi. Okay, it just says the same thing too. Now, when we got up, okay, rejected, then we got up. Okay, we are just trying to retrace some of the levels here. Kahit isakto pa natin yan, okay? Kasi marami nagsasabi, hindi dapat ganyan yung pagpa-plot natin. So, ito na, sinakto ko pa din. It also says the same thing dito sa invisible level natin. Wala naman nagbago. So, hindi ko naman siya din sinakto. Okay, nakita nyo naman, nilagay ko lang siya dito. So, yeah. Let's talk about dun sa AAV natin. So, kung maalala nyo, back in March 16, I did this chart and ngayon hindi ko siya binabago. So, nakikita nyo na it just goes down. Okay, at wala naman tayo yung tinatawag na diretso talaga yung bagsak niya. So, that's the very good about AAV is they can pause the nodes if just in case that merong nangyayaring mga exploitation. Although hindi ko sinasabi that this is really good, this is a less bad na nangyayari. This is still bad PR para sa mga nasa DeFi, okay, at yung mga taong nagle-leverage sa DeFi in order to get more in order to get more yields. Kung maalala nyo, okay, we have the Clarity Act. Okay, and the Clarity Act is there to destroy the banks. Okay, and banks is trying to destroy Clarity Act. The question is, are they really enemies? No, so in the end of the day, parang hindi. Okay, pero let's talk about that in some other time. So just to give you brief summary of what happened. Okay, so I'm just here to provide you the overview. Hindi ko ikwento sa inyo ng mahaba to kasi sobrang tagal pag nangyari yun. So, okay, the obvious issue is yung sa 300 million exploit natin from the Kelp DAO or KELP DAO. Muntik na ako mag-invest doon. Tinitignan-tingnan ko na siya. Pero the Kelp DAO Liquid Risk-Taking Protocol is the reason why this happened, which has caused the significant contagion across the various DeFi platforms. Ang pagkakaalala ko is nadamay lang yung AAV dito as the AAV is the backbone of most of these DAOs. Okay, so same thing with WLFI. Ironically, the WLFI did not react after the AAV exploitation or the Kelp DAO Liquid Risk-Taking Protocol exploit. Okay, so the exploit stemming from dun sa issue doon sa layer 0. So, ayoko din pakialaman to. Although, alam naman natin na si GB, sinabi niya to nung last time. Okay, na yung layer 0 is one of those nodes or node mechanism na parang may potential. Okay, and I'm not denying that. It's really good. It's also one of those, okay, new standards that can emerge. But it led to a massive bad debt, and prompted to several protocols to pause operation as a precautionary measure. So, hindi ko sinasabing pangit yung layer 0. It's actually turned out to be good because they were able to pause the whole protocol. Then, ultimately, ang tingin ko, at gusto ko i-express sa inyo sa video na to is, it's deeply frustrating pag binabasa ko siya and it's just causing a lot of like emotions. So, dun ako nagkakaroon ng trigger na, oh yeah, this is really something that we really need to focus on. Parang ganon. But, okay, let's not shy away dun sa idea ng DeFi ecosystem that we are not yet in a mature state. Okay, so we know that DeFi really just started when Ethereum actually started in 2016. So, give or take, wala pa tayong 10 years. Okay, so we're just entering the half, or actually 70% of the full 100% year. Kumbaga, sa 10 taon, nasa 7 years pa lang tayo. Okay? So, yes, indeed, this is about deep frustration with the current state or probably hopium, okay, of the DeFi ecosystem and not the AAV alone. Okay, remember this is not Aave alone. Nadamay lang yung Aave is because we are okay, we are building a lot of DAOs right now or protocols within Aave standard na tinatawag. Kasi ganun siya kaganda. Okay, at binanggit ko na to sa inyo dati and this is the reason why I really like Aave. Okay, kung tingin nyo nababagsak yung Aave at tingin nyo talagang mawawala yung Aave, I really think it will take some time for us to really remove Aave in the picture. But why? Why? Because most of the assets, katulad nga ng WLFI, sinabi ko na sa inyo, okay, at yung mga nabanggit ko, they are built within or tinatawag na copy-paste doon sa Aave. Okay? And the focus on this topic just to focus on this topic na many market participants are also withdrawing. Just to be honest with you, they're withdrawing their capital to increase the risk and diminish yields. Okay, it means biglang baga talo or lugi yung reason for them to stay sa mga protocols or Aave loan to stake or hold or to lend, okay? Or to borrow as well. So anything that has to do with Aave, kumbaga, this is just like a normal protocol or reaction or ito yung tinatawag na psychology. Pag may mga ganitong major news, it's better not to touch this as of the moment, parang ganon. Pero for me, okay, regarding sa resolution or yung personal holdings natin sa Aave natin, for now, I would somehow sell a little bit, okay? Not because of what is really happening. That is just one thing. But remember, we are in a bear market situation. So, this is very normal. And ang weird naman na piniridig ko yung market natin na maggaganto siya. Now, it is already happening. So, ano yun? Nevertheless, kung may news o hindi, intact pa rin yung market. Kung maaalala nyo, March 16 video natin, kung hindi siya mag-bounce dito, sabihin natin, kung mag-bounce siya dito, aangat siya sa ibabaw na itong moving 150 but also will just crash. Nevertheless, it still crash. Yun yung sinabi ko sa inyo. Because we're in a bear market, the more you fight against the trend, it will befriend you. Okay? Kumbaga, it will just make you as an enemy. Kumbaga, and you will lose a lot of money if you find yourself fighting the trend. Kumbaga. So, okay, as an alternative, guys, okay, there are a lot of alternatives. Pero short term na tingin ko is the industry might shift towards more centralized as if eto na lang, kahit eto lang yung mabasa nyo, itong document na to ng News BTC. If mabasa nyo to, okay, nagkaroon ako ng conclusion na most of these narratives are going to try to shift to a centralized protocol that will incorporate safety features like rollbacks or circuit breakers or yung rigorous safety precautions to mitigate yung ating risk. And this is why I really think this is an attack from the banks. Pwede natin sabihin or pwedeng sabihin na lang na conspiracy ko lang yun. Pero what are the chances, no? So you can let me know in the comments down below or pwede niyo akong kausapin sa Discord about this. But this is what is really happening right now as well for the XRP. So XRP somehow knew that this will happen 2 years ago, okay? And now it is happening. Okay, so what do I think? Yan yung abangan nyo sa next video natin, sa next live natin because I will be talking about the XRP fix about the Aave problem. Or, pwede kayo mag-comment down below if you want the document link. Meron akong document for this one and I will be sending it sa mga nasa Meraki. Pero kung mahulugan ka ng link, that's really good kasi nag-comment ka dyan sa ating comment section. So guys, please do like and share, subscribe. Ako nga pala si Jose Bear. And chismis lang ang lahat ng yan. Kailangan niya pa rin aralin, planuhin at kilusan. Nang sa gayon, ang lahat ng to ay ating makamtan. At syempre guys, stay awesome. Goodbye.